Hello, this is the live stream. Um, I know people are gonna watch this after it's done live streaming, but yeah, my family just left, so I'm home alone now, and I just got out of the shower, so I'm looking good today, all that stuff. So I thought, why not make a live stream? I mean, I haven't done it in a while, and I feel like it's the best way to do things because, I mean, the only really gaming I can do is on my PlayStation, or if I live stream on my phone and then just have it stare at my iPad, which is a hassle and it's kind of stupid, but yeah. So in this video, since I don't really have the resources to, just show my screen and all that, live streams are a good way to make a long video, like hours long video, and not use any storage space, which is good because storage space is something I've just recently got cleared out, and that is something very precious to me. So yeah, making really long videos is difficult for me. But here's the thing, I am going to wait a little bit for people to join, so that might take a while. I'd give it about maybe 30 minutes, if I'm being realistic. But I know one thing, I'm gonna have to get some water or something, because I might get thirsty from all talking. I might also play music on my keyboard for the wait. I'm probably going to wait for, I don't know, I'm just going to decide whenever a certain amount of people joins. I don't know what exactly, but I'll be the judge of when I should get going with the live stream. But anyways, okay, so in this video, I'm basically going to be talking about why I made this channel, like what I want to do, what do I want to, English, what I want to accomplish with this YouTube channel. And long story, if I'm gonna just sum it up really quick, but for the record, I want to be. I've watched YouTube for quite a long time, and I've always noticed some things that really stupid wires everywhere. Sorry. Live streams make stuff a little bit less professional. Anyways, sorry. Um, Better not forget what I was just talking about. Oh, right. So one thing I've noticed that I want to be different by is lots of times I've seen YouTube videos, like I watch YouTube videos, and well, like they have a song and then you have to spend an hour looking for it. Like I hate that. So that's why every single time there is a song in my video, I make sure to put it in the description, something like that. I put every single song I put in the description, YouTube videos I use, all that stuff. So if someone wants to find the stuff I use, then I have it right there. So cool. So another thing I want to point out, no one's really joined yet. One person kind of came and then just left. So, but I'm just kind of doing this to start off a live stream, especially if no one has joined or if someone decides to skip backwards a little bit or something like that. I don't know. But yeah. So another thing I want to do with my channel is I'm a very honest person. I actually got a text message from my fiance. See what that's about. But anyways, one thing I want to do is share my ideas with the world. I've always had this stuff in my head, all the stories I make up in my head. And yeah, I just want to share that with the world. And I hopefully when I become famous or something, I can inspire people to reach their dreams and yeah, know that they're enough. Because I know a lot of people have doubts about themselves. I gotta take this really quick. Hello. I'm just waiting for some other people to join. I can see that someone joined right now. Oh, wait. That's you, Hallie? Hold on, let me turn on my comments. Live chat. All messages are visible. Hello, Hallie. Alright, so it's probably going to take a while for anybody to join, but that's to be expected. I'm going to give it about 30 minutes, probably. There are probably lots of people who are still at church. I mean, it is, oh, it's 10:51. So my fiance went to church pretty early. But it's Sunday, so people are going to be kind of busy. But I know there's also going to be a lot of people who aren't busy, but you never know. So, yeah. I'm going to wait for at least 10 people, maybe 20. I have no idea. But I know it's going to take a while. And we'll see where it takes us. Anyways, I have the, let's see, I have the chat right here. What is this? Oh. Highlight. I don't know how to use any of that. Yeah, I'm probably not going to press any buttons. I don't know what they do. Then we have that. So that's cool. Alright. In the meantime, whatever you guys want me to do, I'll probably do. So if I, like, while we're waiting, I could probably, like, play music. Just go ahead and feel free to comment. And I'll be happy to do that. So, yeah. Yeah, I got this keyboard from a church I used to, like, do service for or something. Like, I was, I wasn't getting paid as, like, nonprofit. It was for some community service hours or something for a class I had at AV Productions. It's at the Career Center. And, yeah, I had to get in some hours for that. And I worked at this church, and they let me have a keyboard. So that's pretty cool. Alright, I need to find something to... I gotta clean the keyboard. It's filthy right now. Something I don't know what it is, and I don't think I'm gonna find out. Just gonna clean. Don't know where that came from, but it sure wasn't me. Might as well just wipe every single key here. So yeah, this is electric. It's got a lot of sounds on it. My favorite is probably the pipe organ one. That one's pretty sick. I love that one. I think I just heard Hallie text me. Let me check that really quick. Oh. Okay. Anyways, back to cleaning this. It collects a lot of dust, which is really annoying. I tend not to leave stuff just laying about. Because if I do that, there will be dust on it. So things that I am forced to leave out, like this keyboard, get a little bit of dust on it, and I hate that. And this is our new cat. We usually have Chihuahuas, but this is our cat that we got like a few months ago. And we named her Luna. She's very sweet. I'll let her go now. I don't know why she smells funky. Luna, you better not be in the trash. That would not be good. Not good. Alright. Anyways, this keyboard's got a lot of features on it. Also, I finally tuned my other guitar, so that's cool. Still don't know how to play it perfectly because you need to have big fingers, I think. I don't really know for sure. I do know that it's very difficult for me to play it. That's all I know. See it, Philly. Aww. She's so sweet. Hallie is just so sweet. Alright, turned it on. This is its default sound. I put tape, like, to put Sharpie, but I haven't really actually done anything with it. I've only done the C keys. But that helps me keep track of where each key is. So it's not labeled yet, but it is still very helpful to know where to put my fingers. So, yeah. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of tape. Because the last two keys on the end that are C's don't really need to have tape there, because, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but, yeah. Anyways, normally it's just a piano, grand piano. There's also a sustain pedal down there, but I don't really use it, so, yeah, that's cool. Then I can bump it up. I like the honky tonk. Sounds cool. I don't read sheet music. It's all just anything that sounds good to me. That's how I make my songs usually. So yeah, I just play, and if it sounds good, you know. So yeah, this is a ton of fun. I just love playing randomly. So yeah. But sometimes I'll just start pressing keys. It won't sound good because that's me trying to find... Because the white keys, all the white keys, that's like, what? C major, I think? I don't remember, but I think it's C major, probably. But yeah, all the... You know, but the black keys are the sharps and flats. So, yeah. If it sounds crappy, that's because I'm trying to figure out what keys I need to be pressing for a certain key. So, like a key signature. So I'll be pressing around. I don't know what this one is, but it's... where I'm pressing... it looks like mainly the sharp keys, the black keys, but also... Okay, so that's C. So I also press B a lot, and then you have... and you have E, I think. Yeah. That's the white keys, and this is with the black keys. But yeah, I don't do all the writing and all the reading. I just kind of, it's all up here, so yeah. That's how it is with a lot of things. In case you guys didn't know, I am autistic, but I am very high-functioning autism. So, usually people don't even realize I'm autistic. So, I feel pretty normal. I have to take meds in the morning, but that helps me to feel normal. Obviously, I'll never be normal, and normal's kind of relative. But yeah, I seem to fit in with people a lot, really. So it's kind of easy for me to just fit in. So yeah, that's cool. But I am autistic. It's still there, but it doesn't really show. I'm not like super autistic, like on that side of the spectrum. We're like, I'm not like that. So yeah. I also have ADHD along with that, so that's something. That's why you get the silly videos. Um, so yeah, you get stuff like, oh, donkey! I'm actually really talented, by the way. I have a lot of things I've found out I'm good at. Good at making music, well, instrumental. Apparently, I'm good at singing. I get shy around people. I prefer not sing in front of people, but yeah, I do sing sometimes. Whenever I do build up the courage and just do it, people say I have a really good singing voice. I can make all kinds of sound effects with my throat and mouth and stuff in my voice, so yeah. And I'm really good at making vehicle sounds. It's mainly vehicle sounds, so yeah. Another thing is I can do a lot of impressions. I think my most impressive one that I do is the Optimus Prime one. So let's face it, eventually Peter Cullen is going to die, and I really hope he lives as long as he can, because he is the best guy ever, dude. He is like a role model of mine. Like, he is just like his character that he plays, like he's a very good moral man, let's say that. And all these other voice actors trying to sound like Peter Cullen is not cutting it. Especially like Combiner Wars and the Prime trilogy. Oh, that just sounded like some random fan trying to sound like Optimus Prime but not doing a good job. But I do a very impressive one. But if you you can share your thoughts and opinions, but here goes nothing. Sometimes it goes a little too high, so I gotta make sure to make it sound lower, because to me, like the acoustics in my head and all that, all the sound will make it sound a little bit lower than it actually is, so I have to kind of... My name is Optimus Prime. I am leader of the Autobots. I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots. Autobots, roll out! Yeah, pretty impressive. So I was thinking maybe I might want to audition for Optimus Prime, which is hopefully later in my life. I hope it's not very soon. I hope Peter Cullen lives as long as he possibly can. Imagine how cool it would be if he lived like to 120, like the max for humans. That'd be so cool. And then by then, technology might be advanced enough, you never know. But yeah, that is if humanity we don't all kill ourselves with the global warming and stuff. So yeah. Or making machines so advanced that they just decide, we don't need humans, let's just kill all of them. Because I'm telling you, this one thing called gray goo would kill everybody in a heartbeat, and we would not be able to stop it. Yeah, I have a thing for English. I have a thing for science, okay? Science is my favorite subject. That and vehicular stuff, but vehicular stuff kind of ties into science, so, you know. But yeah, I know a lot of things about vehicles. They fascinate me. Science, too. A little bit of biology in there, like I know how cells work and all that. And math has always been my least favorite. Like, I've been told I'm good at it, but I hate it. So sometimes I kind of have to, because I'm curious about something. I'm like, I'm glad they taught me that, but I still hate doing it. Like, algebra was my least favorite out of all of that, because it didn't make any sense to me. Letters and numbers should not be in the same thing. I'm just gonna say that right now. That is the stupidest thing. Whose idea is it? Like, I get it, it's like an equation that's supposed to solve certain things, but they never taught me how to use that. Like, what means what? Like, division. Like, if you have a school bus with 10 seats, for example, that's a small bus, but whatever, just an example, then and they're evenly distributed on each side, then how many seats are on each side? Well, you divide it and you get the answer, and you find out that 5 is how many are on the left and on the right. right? Now, algebra, they never taught me what any of that crap means. I don't understand any of it. I don't understand what it's supposed to solve. It's you do this weird stuff to get stuff separated. What are we separating? Like, I don't know what the A, B, C, X, Y, all that crap means. I don't know what that's supposed to stand for. Like, I do not remember a thing. And I don't even think I really remember how to do algebra, and I'm not going to try to prove anything with that. I am not going to try to relearn it. No, thank you. So I know I'm not going to work at NASA. I do not want to be an astronaut. I don't want to die in space horrifically by having the air ripped out of my lungs and all that. But yeah. Science is my thing, but not math. I hate math. Even though I'm good at like some of it, I still really despise it. And the only thing I've found interesting about math is whenever the calculator for Apple finally got like a thing where you can do percentages, so I don't have to figure out how percentages work. I just plug it in and it's good. I'm like, I've always wondered, this number, what is this percent of that? I'm like, oh, it told me, instead of me having to figure out the stupid equations that I don't understand. Sometimes it's not the numbers, it's just I don't know what to plug in. Like, sometimes, like, I don't know what to do. Like, for, especially the triangle for speed and distance and time, I always get confused. I always forget what is what. So, yeah. And keep forgetting what do you multiply with, what do you... So, yeah, I hate math. Me and math have had a bad history. But science, I love science so much. It's so cool. And science is actually useful for a lot of things. Universally, math is for scientists that have to do specific stuff. I don't need that. I just want to know how stuff works. So, science is my thing. So, yeah, one thing that's definitely fascinated me is biology, especially whenever I was younger, like in my early years of elementary. I always was fascinated by the human body and stuff, and I'd go home and tell my parents all about it and stuff like that. So, yeah. We had this little book thing. It's like some sort of leap thing. I don't remember for sure. Some sort of leapfrog thing. I have no idea. But it's like it was digital, so you'd have the book there, and then whenever you turn it, you had to press a button or some stuff, so it knew you switched a page and stuff, and you could had a little stylus, you could press on stuff and it would talk. I don't remember. That's all I remember of it. I don't even... It could be a false memory. I'm kidding. I'm not going to go all philosophical on you. But yeah, one thing that really fascinates me, though, is Transformers. They're living beings comprised of living metal that can turn into vehicles or anything else. That is fascinating. So you can like a vehicle and also like the character. So that's really cool. So yeah, over the years, I think since a little bit before my freshman year of high school, I'm not sure though on that. I think it might have been my freshman year. But yeah, I started collecting. It's been like 4 years. I've been collecting Transformer toys. I have this drawer here that's just filled with these things. And so far, my favorite has got to be Slammer and Scourge. But Slammer because of his, how posable he is. Like, he can kneel. Like, actually. He can actually kneel. Actually, I like to do it the other way. Let me just set it on a flat surface. But yeah, his. I wish they would make all the other toys like this, but they're like, nah. Let's just make everybody mad at us. We're Hasbro. We made My Little Pony. We can do whatever the hell we want. I'm kidding me. Hasbro, please do not sue me. So yeah, he can kneel like that. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, if you haven't seen my video about the Optimus Prime, then it's gonna be a shock, but I kind of messed up the wheels. I put them in the baggie and held on to them, but yeah, the metal that they slide onto is bent, so I can put them on, but they won't be straight and they won't stay on. And all I wanted to do was see if I could swap it, because the legs go back that far. See that? But then the hips don't even go that far. He can't even sit, so. Tried to fix it. Apparently the only way to fix it is to cut these parts off, but then it will mess up the look, all this other stuff. So I'm hoping I can get Earthrise Optimus Prime at some point. But yeah, Inferno I think was my first one. I got him right here. Or Inferno and I think it was Inferno and Kingdom Inferno and Siege Starscream got messed up because sometimes I like to mess with the parts, and so you can take the backpack, like the wings, off of him very easily, like, okay, but one time it broke. The hinge that it clicks onto decided it was done living and just snapped. So, cool, I don't have him anymore. I was being sarcastic, I know it didn't sound sarcastic, but I enjoyed that toy. But yeah, I remember having him, and I wanted to see if I could transform him like an actual normal Earth jet, because they're supposed to be just like, you know, they just transform a different way, whatever. Cool, but other than Siege Starscream, I had Inferno here. This is a gun from Legacy Wild Rider. Legacy Wild Rider is pretty cool. Wish for Breakdown, they would have done something else instead of making him impossible to find, because they didn't want to actually make Breakdown a separate toy. But yeah, that would be cool. I'm hoping I can get Legacy Motormaster. So yeah, cool. So yeah, I've had Inferno here for quite a while now. My version of I have a lot of the characters in my videos are actually my own take on some of the existing characters. Like, you know, Shrek is a mix. My version of Shrek is like a mix between SML Shrek and the actual Shrek. So you got some really goofiness in there, and then you got Sirius too. Just doesn't really show it very often, but yeah. My take on my version of Inferno is actually a teenager, and if he were a human, like, he would be like, I don't know, 16, 17 maybe. I don't know for sure. But yeah. And then there's a thing right there for his... Yeah. I remember my older videos, like whenever I first started making YouTube videos, whenever I started making videos in general, like I remember I used to use animation apps every now and then, but I didn't really do any big projects or anything. Just kind of practiced. That was in 2019, I believe. And then my last year of middle school was when things got serious. That's whenever I made, I remember New Year's Eve, I got interested in Star Wars and watched the whole series over the break. And then when I went back to school, I started making videos, and I finally realized that I have the stuff to get all the stuff that I come up with in here, at least a little bit, into something I can show people. And one thing led to another, and it started out with simple things like, you know, I used iMovie. I realized, oh, that thing I used to just use to slow stuff down and speed stuff up, I just took a random video and didn't think much of it and just changed the speed because I felt like it. I realized, oh wait, I can actually use this to make actual content. I can, well, not content, but I made videos, okay? So I remember when I was younger, like elementary school, middle school, I've always wanted to, it was my dream to just show everybody my stuff that I have on my iPad. Be like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to show everybody, and I would want to project it, but I never could. So in middle school, that changed. So my last year of middle school, okay, so it's 8th grade. Yeah, 8th grade. Cool. So it started off with me just putting a picture-in-picture, you know. I'd take a square picture of me, I'd put it over here in the corner, or not in the corner, but like I'd have a train from Train Sim, and I'd put my face in it so it'd look like I'm inside the train or something like that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. It started off simple like that, but eventually I started to make bigger and bigger things. I mean, obviously at first it was very cringy. Most of it didn't even make any sense. I didn't really actually start to become more like an adult until I started high school. When I started high school, things changed for me. I just started maturing. I mean, obviously I was still goofy and silly, but I wasn't like a kid. In middle school, I was still kind of a child, to be honest. So, yeah. Now that's just me being silly. That counts as me being a child. Like, whenever I goof around. I'm not actually like that. I'm not innocent anymore. You know, all that stuff. But, yeah. My older videos, they didn't make a lot of sense. And they were very cringy. So whenever I remember my first movie, it wasn't actually my first ever video, but that's first thing I considered a movie. So like in an late elementary school and in middle school, in theater, they teach you stuff like, um, like how plot of a movie works, right? So you have your exposition, rising action, falling action, climax, all that kind of stuff, right? Resolution, stuff like that. So I used that and I made a story, and it turned out to be just 4 minutes long. But back then, that took a lot of work for me, and at the time, that was a lot. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty good 4 minutes. Okay, but now I think 4 minutes is the simplest thing I could do. That whole video was supposed to. I was trying to make a movie. The best. I was trying to make it like how they make it in Hollywood the best I could, but unfortunately, if you look at it, I didn't put that in the description, but I will make sure to update the description in a while. Or I'll put it in the comments, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, it's called Joseph in the Race, and it was very cringe. But at least I tried. My videos have come a long way, but that was not my first video. My first video, the oldest video I've been able to find that's like finished with credits or whatever the heck, because it's supposed to be like a TV show, or I don't know. Okay, so the oldest thing I found in my emails and my Google Photos and all that stuff, the oldest thing I could find that was somewhat of a complete, like it was a completed story of sorts, it was completed, had a beginning and an end, had a story behind it, was the Star Wars video. And actually, I have it on my iPad right now, and since I mentioned it, I'm going to upload it. Just know it's very cringe, and I haven't even watched it yet. Yeah, I actually haven't watched it yet. It's been like a few years and I haven't watched it. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that. Okay. But anyways, so yeah, that's the oldest thing I could find. But I still found stuff that was animated that was older, like on Flip-A-Clip and stuff. And I found some interesting things. I found this one in my Google Photos. It's pretty simple, but it's a guy with a bow and arrow and shoots it. That's cool. I remember I wanted to learn how to animate and stuff in middle school, probably 7th grade, maybe early 8th grade, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, 2020, before the pandemic hit the United States fully and before they sent us out of the schools to do online classes and stuff. So yeah, January and February, that's whenever I started to make videos or get to where I could. And then after that, I kept trying to make videos. Videos back then for me were pretty simple though, so they would only take so long. 2160 was made using Bloxworld, and I'm glad to hear that they're coming back. But here's the thing, Bloxworld was a lot of the footage, so yeah. It wasn't actually animation. Most of the videos I had back then were just kind of like a slideshow. Like, I just wanted to get my point across, I didn't really... But they were still very stupid. I was trying to impress people back then, and I wasn't doing a good job. But yeah, and also it was only iMovie. Whenever I discovered KineMaster I believe it was in the fall. Yeah, it was a little bit after we went back to going into schools, the buildings, because for a short period of time, my freshman year was online, right? I don't remember much of that. I actually do not remember. I forgot most of that stuff. I forgot what all happened back then, but yeah. So whenever I went into the building, there was a teacher, Mr. Gunnels. He helped me out a ton. I remember discovering KineMaster and realized, oh my gosh, this is way better than iMovie. It can do way more stuff. And I can make clips as short as I want it, because iMovie will not let you stack stuff. If you have a picture-in-picture, it will not let you stack it. That's it. And then if you put one right next to it, touching, it still fades in and out, which is stupid. Because I can tell iMovie's not necessarily made for serious stuff like that. But KineMaster, at first I didn't know I could use it this way, but eventually I found out I can keyframe this stuff. I can animate it, and yeah, ever since then I've been using KineMaster. My only complaint, people who made KineMaster, if you ever watch this, just can you make it smaller and not change size all the time? Because some of my videos, you'll notice how small the KineMaster thing is, and that was probably the best time. The smallest you've ever made it was, I think it was like this big, I think, and it was, like, it needs to be all the way up here in the corner, like as far in the corner as you can possibly put it, and not in the way of everything, because when it's like this big, it takes up so much of the screen, and I hate that so much. So freaking annoying. So, yeah. Anyways, my freshman year of high school, fall, winter, that's whenever I started, my videos at first were still kind of random, but at least they were starting to make sense, and it wasn't stupid kid me logic, because I had kid logic, it didn't really make a lot of sense. I always try to make it accurate, but sometimes it just wasn't. Like, if you've seen my middle school videos, they're pretty stupid. 2160 counts, I even made a video making fun of it because I felt like making fun of it for no reason at all, but yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so just to be clear though, it is a very mature video, so yeah. My target audience is literally what I used to be, which is the majority of the time so far. My video making career, the majority of the time up to this point has been, well, in high school. So my videos are mainly for high schoolers and adults. So if you do not know how babies are made, then you probably shouldn't be watching my videos, and I don't want you watching my videos. I'm not going to discriminate, but I would, my target audience is not for little kids. I don't want to give kids bad impressions. And then you got the stupid flies. Flies are so stupid and annoying, dude. I can't get rid of them. I've tried, dude. So, yeah. It's not like my room's super dirty. I cleaned it yesterday. And yet flies still hang out in my room. Anyways, so my freshman year of high school, there's this teacher who really thought my videos are funny. The old ones from like the fall and winter, you have your videos, like, I still remember these sometimes. Whenever I was doing the captions for some of these videos, I could hear it in my head, how exactly it was supposed to sound, just from reading it. Whenever I had to, because I used these instead of the square brackets, and apparently you're supposed to use square brackets for sounds and stuff, not these, because these just make it invisible. Like, I could see it on my iPad, but on my phone, it wouldn't show up. It would just be invisible. Like, you would go into the transcript, you'd see that it's there, but it'd be blank. So I had to go through every single video. It took a while, but it was worth it. I switched every single one of those into a square bracket. And whenever I was doing when I was fixing the captions for Ogres Have Onions, or whatever, I could hear it in my head. Like it was being played in my ear so quietly, like so faintly, but so close to where I could know it was what it was being. I could hear exactly how it sounded. That is how many times I've seen that video. I've seen it so many times. And Mr. Gunnels, that teacher I'm talking about, so I'm in a BIC classroom, right? I was in a BIC classroom, so, I mean, I still had out classes, so I got to go to normal high school classes, but, I had a home room. So that's why in some of my videos, stuff like that's mentioned, like, go to your home class. So what they mean is, like, some default classroom. So BIC was, like, basically base of operations, I guess. I remember for a while I felt more comfortable in BIC, but eventually, like, the teachers, Mr. Gunnels and Mr. Merlene and Mr. James are my favorite teachers of all time. But yeah, they were all like assistants, so you'd have the main teacher and you have like side teachers, if that makes any sense. Don't remember what they're called, but yeah. Mr. Gunnels was one of those side teachers. It was Mr. Estes who was the main teacher, and Mr. Gunnels really liked my jokes, especially the ones like you have... Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. I was going to say this earlier, but I forgot to. So you have the old videos like Ogres Have Onions. Ogres have onions, and onions have ogres! or whatever the heck. Like, I love the way I animated that. And then you have welcome to Taco Bell. Mr. Gunnels loved those jokes so much. He thought that was hilarious. Like, he laughed. He'd even egg me on in class. He'd look over at my desk and I'd look at him from across the classroom and he'd go, "Oh, donkey. Oh, a Taco Bell." And I would start giggling and laughing and stuff. And then I had this one video where I don't even remember. I was just being goofy. So there's this saying, "Oh, crikey." Like, I think I've heard a British person say it, but it's mainly Australian. And they go, "Oh, crikey." Like, kind of like how we say, "Oh, dang it," or "Oh, crap." They say, "Oh, crikey." And I made fun of it. I said, "Oh, crike. Oh, donkey. Oh, crikey. Oh, crankshaft." A funny story. So Mr. Gunnels loved these jokes of mine. And that made me make more. But eventually I wanted to do a bigger project, right? I wanted to make some other stuff that wasn't silly, okay? Because most of my stuff is silly. Oh, you just got home, Hallie? Yay. Okay, so anyways, so Mr. Gunnels really liked my videos, and he helped me make them better. Originally, they didn't have any plot whatsoever. They were just kind of there. They were random. But that's what episode 1 is. Episode 1 of Joseph Animation's Friends, it's not tied into the others. I still put it in the timeline anyways because I felt like it. But it has no plot relevance to the others. That was supposed to be a pilot episode, but also a learning experience. And Mr. Gunnels, like, I showed the class, he kind of pointed out what I can fix. It was kind of just a test run to see what I can do better with and, like, to show people what I already can do. So, yeah, I had the whole scripts written out. Like, I had it all written out in words and all that. So, yeah. Pretty cool, huh? So after that point, they started to actually get a lot better, and also Mr. Gunnels recommended that I give the stick figures clothes. Like, I don't know how to draw them, not stick figures. And then he's like, just draw clothes on the stick figures. I'm like, okay. And then eventually, like, over the summer, whenever, unfortunately, the second year of high school, I didn't get to see Mr. Gunnels. He went to teach at a different school or something. So that's sad, but he was like a best friend to me, so yeah. And then they have the thing where, like, oh, you can't be friends with teachers because, we can't do that. And I'm like, who asked? Like, Mr. Gunnels is my friend. Like, I don't care. What do you think? We can be friends if we want. Like, shut up. But, yeah. In my, over the summer, I swear I thought he was going to be back the second year. So I was really looking forward to showing him stuff. Like, I finally decided to try to draw. They still looked a little bit weird, but I tried my hardest. I started over the summer of that year. So 2021 summer, I tried to draw them where they weren't stick figures anymore. They were actually, I gave them bodies. Like, I draw the torso, legs, hips, all that stuff. Wasn't good at first, but I got there eventually. So yeah, and over time I slowly improved my characters, and now I'm to where I have improved the head sculpt so they look better, and Emma's face isn't like uneven. Like, I fixed it and gave her a more feminine look. I also made her to where she can put her hair up and stuff. That's probably my favorite thing I've done to Emma's design so far. So that's cool. So yeah, and I've also made them a little bit thicker because people always complain like, oh, they're so skinny. Why are they built like that? So I understand that. Also, I kind of made the characters. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what to say. Oh yeah, I also made the characters have color. This was before I made the bodies even better. So the torso design gets better over time, and eventually I decided to color them in. So that's something you couldn't do with stick figures. You can't really color them in. So, and if you did, it would look super weird. Like, imagine just a tan line down the middle of it. Okay, that's kind of funny to think. So, anyways, yeah. They transitioned from being stick figures with clothes, then not stick figures, but still kind of weird looking. And, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So if you look all the way back in, like, 2020, you'll see how cringe my videos were, how ugly the characters look, but now they look really good. So yeah, it took a lot of practice and learning and trying new things and all that kind of stuff. So it took a lot of effort, but it was 4 years of effort well spent, I'll tell you that. My favorite year of my entire career has got to be whenever I added Hallie to the mix. Whenever I first met her, she was really funny. Like, finally, someone likes my jokes, you know? Usually, the kind of jokes I like to tell are innuendos. So, most girls do not like that. And you gotta be careful, especially in the workplace, because if you tell the wrong girls something like that, they will count it as sexual harassment. Guys kind of just get it, you know? Like, that's what she said. But girls will look at you like this. What'd you say to me? So yeah, they won't take it very good. But Hallie is one of those girls that actually understand. She thinks it is hilarious. And I remember like 2024 has got to be the best year so far of my life, because that's when I met her, and eventually I found out we realized we're made for each other. We're the love of our lives, and she's made me happy ever since. Like, I remember at first we were just like, getting to know each other for like a couple of days. Then I swear, it's like as soon as I found out she likes my humor, she has the same humor. Oh my gosh, it rocketed off. Like, we were like besties after that. Like, we were laughing, joking. We went from like barely knowing, then right to best friends, besties, and we even dated. Like, the first time we dated, she just got out of a. Aww. I just want to tell everyone the best story. Yeah, so we dated a little bit. First, she didn't actually have any real feelings yet, because sometimes you think you have feelings, but you do, just not yet. That happens sometimes. And so she just got out of a toxic relationship. She's had a ton of toxic relationships. By the way, if someone doesn't like you for who you are, don't be with them. That's why I like Hallie. She likes me just the way I am, and I like her just the way she is. So just to let everyone know, if you're looking for a special someone, make sure they like you for you. Because I know there's a lot of guys out there, maybe even girls, that are trying, like, they end up with someone who just wants them for money or sex or something. So you gotta be careful. But anyway, she's had a lot of toxic relationships, and she just got out of a toxic relationship. This guy harassed her and stuff, and I'm not gonna go into details on that. That's, too personal, but whatever. So yeah, eventually I'm like, are you sure? Like, I remember the way it started is like, okay, so over the Thanksgiving break, I realized I enjoy spending time with Hallie. I miss her, and I think I don't like being without her. I like her being in her presence. I like being with her. So then, like a day or two, or I don't know, a little bit later, I built up the courage and I confessed, and I just said it like this. I'm like, Hallie, I love you. And she's like a friend or romantically. I'm like, I don't know. I just love you. Like, all I knew was I really cared about her and I enjoyed spending time with her. I couldn't even tell if it was romantic love or just love, period. Like, but I knew I liked her. And yeah, so we had a little we dated for a while, but like, 'cause she just got a relationship and she wasn't sure yet. And then like we broke up like over the Christmas break. I know, pretty bad time to break up. But yeah, I forgave her for it. I'm like, hey, I don't want us to mess up our relationship. I don't want us to mess up our friendship. And I remember being really sad, like crying a lot about it too. So yeah. But then eventually she realized, actually I do like him too. And then we realized, oh, we both love each other. And like, I've always been so honest with people. Like, I don't really like to lie to people unless if I absolutely have to. Like, if someone's like, hey, where do you live? I'm just gonna be like, I don't need to tell you that. Or like, if someone points a gun at me, like, hey, where's this at? Like, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm like, it's down that street. And then they'll go to the street and this isn't the right street. I'm like, It's like one of the few instances. Like, I only lie if I have to, because some people lie to try to get famous or something so stupid. Like Brian Griffin from Family Guy, for example. He's such a freaking douche. He just lies all the time. Like, oh hey, so what do you do? Oh yeah, yeah. I just I'm a monster truck driver. Like, I hate it when people do that. It's so dumb. Like, why lie about that? What happens when they find out? Like, some people just lie for no reason, and it's so annoying to me. But yeah, I've always done the opposite of that. So yeah, I've always been honest, and I've always taken interest in people I like. So with Hallie, like, she's had a rough life. So like, I remember we were still besties, and there was a thing with the bus, but then I realized, like, not gonna lie, I swear. I looked on the website thing that we use for the school to find our schedules and stuff, and it literally said Tech East. I got Tech East. I'm like, which class number? I go back on, it's called Skyward. I go back on Skyward, and they changed it on me. I'm like, I could have sworn it said Tech West. It said Tech West. And then I got to my class. I finally got to my class. And at Tech West, which is where I made stuff like Scourge's DIY video, I've been there before. So yeah, this was my second year going there. So yeah, but it was a different class. As soon as I get into class, I see Hallie there. I was so excited and happy. I'm like, no way. I'm like, no way. What are you doing in here? I was like, she better not have another class, and she better not just be visiting this class and gonna leave. Like, I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna blow up. Like, I'm gonna just blow up. If that's the case, like, I would. But yeah, and then I found out she's in the same class, take the same bus, we go to the same location, so she didn't even take there was a different bus. She didn't even take it anymore, she just rode with me. Best time of my life. And we got to know each other even more. And I was always like, hey, I get it, you've had a bunch of toxic relationships, if you don't want to date, that's cool. Just letting you know, like, Hallie, if you ever want to, I'm not gonna be opposed to it. Like, I was just straight up, like, I was very, like, chill about it. I didn't lie or anything like some people would. And I was I respected her boundaries a lot. Like, I really respected her choices. I'm like, hey, if you ever feel like I was letting her know, I'm like, hey, I'm open, I'm waiting on you. So if you want to get back together, if you want to give another try, see if it works this time, let me know. But you don't have to, and it's fine. And eventually, at one point, she told me she got back with me because she realized I'm nothing like her exes, and I'm actually a good person. And like, when she realized that, she got back with me, and I remember finding out how hard her life actually is. Her mom is very strict. I've gotten to know her mom a little bit. So part of me understands where her mom's coming from, but at the same time, I just don't like strict parents. Like, there's a limit though. I don't want to tell anybody how to parent, but me personally, I would not be that strict with my kids. So yeah, and she's had a rough life. She's actually from South Dakota. One thing led to another. We got to know each other even more. She has a lot of trust issues because she was abandoned by her biological mother. The mother she lives with is actually that mom's sister. So technically, her current mom is her aunt, and again, she's strict, like really strict. And yeah, so I started to understand more how much she's hurting, and I've done everything I can to be there for her. And then whenever we graduated, it's kind of sad. Hold on. Yeah, I'm telling our life story over here. And yeah, so hold on. Hallie's made me very happy. And here's the thing. We do have fights sometimes, but we always make it up to each other in the end. It's really never anything serious. So remember, if you find someone who you think's the one and a single disagreement and then they just up and break up with you, that is not the person. Someone breaks up with you for a retarded reason, a stupid reason, let them leave. Like, they ain't good enough for you. Like, I've seen videos where, like, this girl's being an idiot to this guy. Like, if I'm glad I found Hallie. I wouldn't want a girl like that. Like, it's like, oh, you cheated on me in my dream. And, like, some of those videos are so dumb. I don't know if they're trying to be funny or what, but I can tell they're staged 100%. But anyways, me and Hallie, we are very, very in love with each other, and we've been through a lot, and I'm glad to be there for her. She's given me a new purpose. Before her, like I was just kind of like, I'll do whatever, you know. I guess I'll just try to become, you know, a filmmaker. And then when I met her, I'm like, this is my life now. This is what I need to do. So yeah, at times my channel may, like, I try to balance it, but Hallie's still got to be on the top of my priorities list. So YouTube, like, this is Hallie, this is YouTube. It's like here, I guess. I don't know. It's up there, but it cannot beat Hallie because she's very important to me. Sometimes, like, there was a point in time where I just didn't make any YouTube videos because I just wanted to spend time with Hallie the best I can. It was very tough for me after our graduation this year. So when was that? May something. Was it? I don't remember, but it was like the start of the summer. We graduated, but then like right after her graduation party at her house, like the next day she had to go. She went. I can't remember. I think it was right after. Yeah, I think it was right after we graduated. Hallie went up to where she's from. She hasn't always lived in Texas. Like I don't know. She said she was 14 at the time or something like that. So like quite a few years ago. But yeah, she moved from her home. She moved from her home of South Dakota and went here to Texas. And oh, I am right. Thanks. And she's had a tough time. I mean, I would too, having to leave everybody you know. And that's tough. I get it. So, yeah. But anyways, she went back up there to visit for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And man, I kid you not, I missed her so much. And yeah, I still miss her now, but I get to talk to her a lot. I mean, I only get to talk to her for so much time because right now she's at her college thing. So when summer ended, it was like August. Oh, it was August 13th, I think. Yeah. Around that time, she went to her. When we were in, it was our senior year when we met each other. And so the class we took at the Career Center was basically to help us with jobs. I mean, we're both high-functioning autistic, so you can kind of see. Like, one thing I've never understand is how do people just get out there in the workplace? Like, do their parents teach them? But yeah. One thing I do struggle with is because me and her are a lot more normal than everybody else because we're high-functioning autism. So, why did I say it like that? Autism! What the hell? Anyways, so when there's people in our class that need a little more help than the rest of us, it's kind of like being in that class is just ever so slightly embarrassing, to say the least. But you know, I kind of get over it. But whatever. So yeah, usually people like that aren't. It's meant for people like that, but there are people. I think there's even people in there that weren't autistic at all. They just had issues getting jobs or keeping jobs. Mainly it's learning how to do, like, you know, how to compromise stuff, how to keep a job, what to say, what not say, all that kind of stuff. And we're actually continuing it, kind of. We signed up for some things. Hallie has a program called 29 Acres, and basically she lives in a house with 3 or 4 other women, and they learn how to live together, kind of like an apartment, like with roommates, right? So you got to learn how to live life and deal with other people. For me, I go to this, I think it's FOF, Focus on the Future, and basically it's kind of like a continuation of it, but not really. So for her, it's kind of like college because she has to go live there and she only gets so much time off. But yeah. For me, it's kind of like school. You go there for a few hours, you come back home. They actually bring a car, they pick me up. In one of my videos toward the end, whenever I put up the title card, you may notice I rushed a little bit. That's because the car that picks me up for FOF came here and I had to speed things up. I mean, you could even hear the horn and the car pulling up. So yeah, what video was that? I think it was. Oh yeah, it's the characters being charged for their crimes and stuff. Yeah. Mm, so yeah, I do this thing like we said, and then I actually get to go and see places. Like the other day, we got to me and the I'm just gonna say this for simplicity class, or you know what? I'm just gonna say group because the thing is, they're supposed to teach us how to transition from what it was like at school to how the job life is supposed to work, which is different. And we talk about things like teamwork and how jobs work and what to say, what not to say, what things can get you fired, kinds of things you have to watch out for, what kind of things to look for a job to see if you can or can't do it, helping build skills, all that stuff. There's one girl in our class, Ashley, and she's very shy to herself, and she has a little bit of a stutter. Ishan, shout out to Ishan. Don't want to say too much, but he does have. I understand people. I used to not have a filter too, like back in middle school, early middle school was I think that whenever it started to die down, but I've always had an issue with no filter, as they say, where you just say anything, you blurt out whatever you think. So I've learned to not do that. Sometimes I say things impulsively, but usually I make sure it's not anything super bad. So yeah, if I think of a curse word, I don't just immediately say it. Like I have a filter. But Ishan is one of those people who doesn't have a filter yet, so he has got a lot of work to do, but yeah. But yeah, everyone's got their things, and that's kind of what this is for, to help us with that. Me, I don't like touching stuff. I know a lot of other people with autism have that, where I'm not necessarily a germaphobe. When people call me a germaphobe, I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I have a thing for, like, whenever there's slime or, like, goo or my hands get sticky or greasy. Grease I hate so much. Tip, do not touch the bags. Those are not... Hold on. Huh. Anyways, yeah, so my hands have to be clean, especially if I'm going to touch stuff like my iPad here or my phone or my Transformer stuff. I need my hands to be clean so they don't get all sticky or slick, because then it feels like it's going to slide out of my hands and stuff, and if my hands are greasy, it'll show up on my iPad, be all shiny and reflective in ways it shouldn't be, a bunch of marks and stuff, and it's hard to see stuff. So, yeah. But also, it just feels uncomfortable. Now, I can put up with it for a certain amount of time, but if I have to touch my face or I need to touch something of my own, I need to, clean my hands. Oh, Hallie said she loves me. I love you too, sweetie. Yeah, but English. I still do miss Hallie, but from the first time I've kind of gotten, like, because I still get to talk to her. Like, albeit I don't get to talk to her as much, I still miss her a lot. Not as much as if I couldn't talk to her at all. I would probably go nuts. That's what I was expecting. That's what I've been told. We've been told. We were going into this thinking that I wasn't going to get to talk to her again. And nope, she gets to talk. But recently, she hasn't been able to talk as much. So yeah, she has her chores and stuff, but also they've given her limited time for some stupid reason. Okay, so yeah, she doesn't get to talk that much. What was like 2 hours? She only gets 2 hours, sometimes maybe 3, but usually just 2 hours. So she doesn't get to talk with me that often, which is really annoying and sad. But yeah. So don't miss her as much as if I didn't get to talk to her at all, but I still do miss her a lot. And I can't wait for... She has Thanksgiving off, so unfortunately not Halloween. That sucks, but Thanksgiving, and I don't even know... Hopefully she gets to go to my birthday on November 5th. I will be turning 19. I hope she can go, but I don't know if she can. So, gotta keep hopes up, but we're not sure if she'll get to see me. But yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this fall and winter because that's when I get to see her in person and get to hold her. She really means a lot to me, and she's my everything. So yeah. Hallie is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I know I'm the best thing to happen to her, too. With how hard her life is, I'm the first person she's been in a relationship with that isn't toxic and actually is there for her and actually cares about her. Like, I take an interest in her, and I love her so much and care about her so much that I pretty much added her to my channel. That's why it's called Halif's Animations and Music, because I wanted her to be a part of this with me. So yeah, here's the thing. When she's done with her, I just refer to 29 Acres as college because that's pretty much what it is. Whenever Hallie is done with college and she gets back, we plan to. We're technically already engaged, but like I didn't do the traditional, kneel and then with the ring and stuff, because I mean I'm in a job program. We both are. We don't make our own money, so. But yeah, so. Sorry, it's just sometimes I have a little bit of skin on my lip that's extra and I need to get it off. Yeah. But yeah, we're technically engaged. She's my fiance. I'm her fiance. Even though there was no ring or anything, I'm still gonna propose to her anyways. Even though we both plan on getting married, I'm still gonna propose to her after she gets done with college. A little bit after, I'd say about like a month or two or so. I have an idea. We plan to go up to visit South Dakota so I can see it because I haven't been where she lives before. But I mean, she came from there, so I'll get to see her home, and I will propose to her there. So yeah, and she knows this, because usually society, the way they do marriage is like it's got to be a surprise. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that. We know we already have it planned out. We already even started thinking about wedding, even though I haven't even gotten a ring and did the traditional whatever the word for propose with ishin at the end. I don't know. Proposition. I don't know. Okay, but that I haven't done the traditional way, but I'll do it again. I will gladly propose to her the traditional way, even though she already knows we're gonna both plan on getting married. So yeah. Yeah, so, and after that, obviously we're gonna get married. So, yeah, me and Hallie are very happy together, and that's pretty much the story of me and Hallie. And it took me like 69 minutes. Nice. But yeah, it took that long to explain that, but hey, I'm a complex guy. So, yeah. This video was supposed to be me talking about my channel, but it turned out to be me explaining me and Hallie's life. Well, at least mostly me, because I've known Hallie for a year almost, but I'm okay with that. I've only known her for almost a year, but dang, that year felt like 10. I'm telling you, best. Usually, whenever someone says something feels like it's taken a long time, when it's not, usually that's a bad thing, but in this case, it's a good thing. It felt long because I wanted to be with her so much, and I love spending time with Hallie so much. She is the most beautiful person I know. She's also very insecure, so just gonna let y'all know, please do not make any comments about Hallie's weight or anything. She's very self-conscious about that. And yeah, so anyways, she is very self-conscious and has low self-esteem, and she always says, oh, I'm so fat, and I'm like, no, you're not. I really do think she's very beautiful, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, she looks very beautiful, very cute too. I want to hold her really bad right now. But anyway, sorry, I'm probably getting a little bit too personal here on YouTube. But anyways, yeah, so even though usually relationships don't get this far within a year, but this is a very interesting exception. I'll say that. This is a huge exception. Also, something cool to note, here's the thing. I don't discriminate. I 100% support everyone should have rights. I'm just going to put that out there, okay? Whenever they taught us about slavery and lack of rights in history, it made me so mad. Like, black people are people like white people. Hispanics are still humans. We all think and talk and have feelings. Like, why do people gotta fight about stupid stuff? Like, oh my gosh. No one's stabbing a black car's tires, like, just because it's painted black. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's so stupid. Like, and they're like, oh, they're not people. Yes, they are. Like, oh my gosh. White people back in the 17th century or whatever the heck were... I'm gonna say it. They were retarded. There, I said it. Don't mean it in an offensive way, but they were so stupid, the only word I can think of is retarded. Okay, there, I said it. Now, here's the thing. Women deserve rights too, and whenever I learn about that, it makes me mad too. What thing really makes me mad is when people offend people, and also when people... I get all the stuff that happened in the past, but some people take it too far. And here's the thing. So, I've been a bit innocent at times, even knowing more about sex than what is considered offensive. Because one time I said something, and I didn't know that people would take it offensively, and my mama had to teach me some of these things. So yeah, I've had to learn some things. But yeah, there is also way too many things that are mean sexual things or racist things that... Why can't it just mean what it means? Like, sometimes I say something and I'm like, that's racist. I'm like, how is that racist? Does it have another meaning? Like, why do they give new meanings to everything? Why? Like, pull out. That's a sexual thing. Why can't pull out just be straightforward, like pulling out a plug out of an outlet? But it is funny, though. But anyways, make sure I don't anger YouTube again, because I learned that the hard way with my last channel. Anyways, so, yeah, where was I? Yeah, so I think everyone should be treated equally. Women, black people, everybody. They all have feelings. They should all have rights. Oh, I love you too, honey. I love you too, Hallie. Yeah, that was Hallie. She's my everything. So, yeah. Yeah, everyone deserves rights. And one thing I especially hate is when, like, with all that stuff going on, some people decide to just take it too far. Like, I hate it when people take it too far. Like, there's those people who go, oh, that's racist. That's racist. That's racist. When people are just minding their own business. Like, they're not trying to be racist. Like, unless someone's like, hey, you know what? You can't be here. I don't like black people. Like, if someone says that, that is racist. But sometimes people just say, I like the way black looks on the car. The black paint really looks good. But I prefer the red paint, and then someone goes, oh, that's racist. You don't like black cars. You only like red and white cars. Like, see, the jumping to the conclusions. I hate it when people do that. Because it's not needed. Or whenever people are like, they just go to the most random stuff. It's like, oh my gosh. Why are all the spoons white? You're eating with a white spoon. You're racist. Like, whenever they just do that. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I believe everyone should have rights and everyone deserves to be treated as equals. Because, okay, listen here. In one or two, there's been instances where I thought the N-word was funny. Here's the thing, though. When someone says the N-word in a racist way, I hate that. But sometimes, like, when the memes where Peter's saying it, I don't know, it's just the way it's being said that's funny, and also it's supposed to be like a forbidden word. So, me personally, I prefer not to say it. But if someone walks past me and says the N-word in a very racist way, like, hey, you stupid, you know, like, I'd be like, hey, what the hell's your problem, man? Don't do that. But if someone is like, this is kind of controversial, but like, here's the thing. Some people who are black think, oh, black people can't be racist. You totally can. Racism is like judging somebody, like, anything that has "sism" in the end, or "ism" in the end, is pretty much discrimination for something specific. Hallie just sent me a video. I have to watch that in a little bit. But anyways, like, discrimination of all kinds, I do not like. But then when people make jokes and stuff, or they say something that isn't even discriminating, and someone has to make it discriminative for no reason, I hate that. And since I like all kinds of people, everything. Okay? So, okay, sorry, my ADHD is like all over the place. The reason why I brought this up is because I, I have my beliefs, and me and Hallie both have our beliefs. And here's the thing: I do not care what my audience, my viewers' um, beliefs are, religion. I do not care. You can do you. I'm not gonna force religion on you. That's not what I do. Okay. But me and Hallie are Christian, and one thing that I've noticed, because again, I'm not gonna force religion. I'm just stating things I know that are true. In my religion, which I've if you guys want to believe your own thing, that's fine. But me personally, I believe that God really is the only God, and He is really powerful, to say the least. He literally created time. I am very Christian. I know I don't seem that way sometimes, but that's kind of just side effect of being on Earth. So, and then I say that, and I'm wearing a Mars shirt. But yeah, so God has actually, like, again, I don't want to cause any controversy with anybody. I'm just telling you what I know, okay? So if you disagree, that's fine. And I'm just not going to argue with you, okay? But anyways, I believe that God is 100% real. And I feel bad for atheists and stuff because they just don't believe, and I don't want them to go to hell. And here's the thing. So Hallie, this has been proven multiple times. Hallie has a very unique ability that I really like about her. It's like I love a lot of things about her that I just am so in love with her because of. But another thing is she is very close to God. Like, she can actually hear him talking. Now, the side effect with that is, well, she can hear demons and Satan as well, unfortunately. But usually she can tell the difference between the two. She usually can decipher, if they sound like God or if they sound like Lucifer. But yeah, so God's even confirmed like our relationship. Like, we both knew, hey, we really go well together. We can't live without each other. And then God told her, like, she can hear him again. She can hear him. Part of the reason why I stopped being transgender, you may have noticed that I kind of was going by a girl name, acted like a girl, dressed like a girl, all that stuff. Okay, so for a time, I was being an ignorant idiot. I was being stupid, okay? At the time, I legitimately thought, it didn't say, I legitimately, for a time, was tricked into believing that being gay was not a sin. Again, you can be gay if you want to. I do not care. I accept all kinds of people. I will still be friendly toward you. Like, we can be cool like that. I'm just saying what I believe. But God literally told me through Hallie, she wrote down everything that he said. Or, like, actually, this was before she wrote a note. He told her directly to tell me directly that he didn't even just say, oh, being gay is bad, being trans is bad. What he said was, Hallie told me, he said, if I keep going down this lifestyle, it's not going to end well. Like, a bunch of bad stuff will happen. I'll go down a dark path. God does not threaten people, except like in the biblical times of people being really stupid. But he does warn people. That is something he definitely does. And there's a huge misconception that he hates anybody. He does not hate gay people. He does not hate lesbians. He does not hate trans people. He does not hate Republicans and Democrats and politicians and all those dumb, stupid liar people. Because I don't like politicians. That's why I like making fun of them. Anyways, sorry. And he does not hate atheists or anything like that. He doesn't hate anybody. He loves everybody. But some people just, are brought up differently and have different experiences. And yeah, so that's a huge misconception. God loves everybody. Even if you turn your back on him, he still loves you. Doesn't mean you're going to make it to heaven, but he still loves you. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, so yeah, so he warned me. He was like, hey, Joseph, I know you like being trans. Like, this isn't quote unquote what he said, but this is pretty much what he was trying to say. He's like, hey, Joseph, I know you like being trans and being a girl and all that stuff, and being cute and sexy in a girl way, but this is gonna go down a dark path, and this might cause harm to you and mess up your life and stuff. Like, this is a really dark path. I think you're gonna have to change it. And I just had to change. And the other time is God confirmed to Hallie that me and her are meant to be together. And again, she can tell the difference between Satan and God. Because God sounds a certain way. Look, another common misconception, especially with people who don't believe in the Christian faith, and there's also many different kinds of Christian faiths, by the way. I don't know what I am. I'm definitely not like super strict Catholic, like, you can't do that, you'll burn in hell. Like, I'm not one of those. I don't go, oh my goodness, you're going to hell. I might just start making fun of people, the stupid people, like, you're going to hell! Like, sometimes when people just, like, sometimes when people are jerks or stupid, I like to make fun of them. Like, I don't know why. Anyways, so, yeah. So, me and her, we definitely can tell we were meant to be together, and we've been confirmed by God that we're supposed to be together. And, yeah, she means so much to me, and I'm glad I made her part of this YouTube channel. So, whenever this live stream ends, I'm going to update the, description and put a link for the first video she was in this channel. By the way, okay, so this was like, what, January? I don't know. I don't know. I know one thing, though. I had to do a lot of research to figure out when our anniversary is. By anniversary, I'm counting when we got back together. It's February 11th, I believe. Yeah, that sounds about right. February 11th is our anniversary. Okay. Oh, I bent down to try and get my iPad and realized, oh, my iPad's right there. Whenever you forget your phone and it's just in your pocket. Because it's like, you're not actively messing with it. Like, it's either rested up against something like my iPad on my cubbies, or it's in your pocket. So either it's like a part of you or part of something else, so you forget it's there. And you're like, where's my phone? Phone is literally in front of them. But anyways, yeah, so that I would say that. Whenever I become more popular, I will make a little more Christian stuff, but yeah, so whenever I make videos with cussing and stuff, I can definitely see how that wouldn't look very Christian, but no one's perfect. And that's just kind of how it is with the business. And the thing is, yes, cussing is wrong, but for those of you who do not understand, God is this very forgiving, I wouldn't even say person, he's an entity. He is very forgiving, because some things people don't understand is that, oh, I made bad decisions, I'm going to hell. No, here's the thing, God forgives everything. If I had $1 for every single time I've asked God for forgiveness for doing something, even whenever a curse word just slips out. Like, I'm not trying to curse and I'm just upset and mad, and then all of a sudden, oops, a curse word came out. I just, like, all the time. I would be very rich right now. So, I'm just going to say that. If I had $1 for every time I asked God for forgiveness, I would be able to buy whatever the heck I wanted. I could probably buy every single thing I wanted in Transformers Earth Wars and just have all the combiners. But, yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there. And I do try to make more videos that are more appropriate, but here's the thing, the reason I put curse words, one of the many reasons I do that is because I want it to be a little bit more realistic, because not everybody's going to be non-cussing like Optimus Prime. There are going to be people who, when they get mad, they cuss, and there's going to be people who just cuss all the time and do not care. And also, another reason is because I don't want my videos to be labeled as made for kids. That happened one time, and you know what I did? This was before my channel got deleted. I kind of test YouTube's limits, and that's what got my channel deleted, but this was like way before that. They made a video they said made for kids, you know how I fixed it? I made a thing. I'm like, hey, they're like, hey, if you think this isn't right, then let us know and we'll change it. If you think this was falsely made, then we will look into it again. After I sent that, I changed the description and put a bunch of curse words in it. I'm like, I don't want little kids watching this video. I don't want any kids seeing my videos. Yeah. So, yeah. And yeah, so it worked because then they changed it back to not made for kids. So, yeah. So here's the thing though. I've always been I'm gonna just, since no one's actually, the only person who's joined my live stream so far is just, my fiance. Which is kind of sad. I would have expected more people to join on here, but I just want to say a few more things. I'm gonna just get to the point of why I made this video. I just want to say, I'm a very honest person, and to be honest, one time I even thought about what would it look like if I was a politician. Because usually politicians lie a lot. But then here comes me, and I don't even know if that's even possible to become a politician, not lie. I'd be like, I'm going to make this country great again. And I'm going to tell you right now, he sleeps with a body pillow with an anime girl on it. Are you sure you want to elect this guy? I don't do that. I have a wife. Thank you very much. And I think she's hotter. I'm kidding. I wouldn't say that. I'm just joking. But I would be very honest. I don't even know if they'd be like, okay, well, he's obviously lying. And then imagine they find out I'm actually not lying. They're like, what? Like, they'd be like, isn't that kind of not fair? The other guy's lying, and you get all the votes because everyone knows you're telling the truth. Like, imagine me going against someone like Donald Trump. And they know I tell the truth, like, they realize, oh, he actually does tell the truth. Like it's proven, and they know for a fact. Like, they can trust me. And then Donald Trump just gets 0 votes. I'm gonna cry a little bit. I don't even know if that would work. Like, bro, obviously I wouldn't want to be president. That's a lot of work and too much responsibility, but what would happen if someone as honest as me was president? How would that work? I feel like it would break the system. I think I would break the system. They'd be like, okay, he never lies. I'm used to presidents lying about everything. He's not told a single lie. The only lie he told was like when he said he went one place and he went to that place but for a different reason and he was playing Fortnite or something. Like, and he didn't lie about all the stuff he did yesterday. Like, he did all the paperwork, he did all that stuff. He washed the limousine. I thought he lied about that, but no. They'd just be so confused. They'd be like, I can't do this job. He keeps telling the truth. What am I supposed to believe? And then Donald Trump's like, I will make America great again. I'm going to build a second wall. It's going to be taller, and I'm going to keep all the Mexicans out. And I hate the Mexicans. They're just taking all their jobs. And I'll just be like, everybody needs rights, and that's what I'm going to give you. That's what I'm going to give you. His wall that he made, it's going to have a gate and have all the proper stuff. And then be like, yeah, he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. And then they elect me, and then I do it. And then the wall is built, but then they have a gate. So people can properly and safely escape from all those gangs in Mexico chasing after them with guns and stuff and stealing their stuff and all that. So they can safely enter the country and actually be able to sign all the papers and become a citizen. Instead of having to sneak their way in because Donald Trump is an idiot. Anyways, that probably caused a lot of controversy. Anyways, I'm not that into politics, but I know too much. I'll just say that. I do not pick sides. I'm not Democrat nor Republican. I'm neither. I do not care, but I do like to make jokes about it. That's the only thing I care about politics, is making jokes about it. Or if I make a movie that has a lot of government stuff in it, you know, like having to do with the president. Like unless it's a movie, I don't care. I just don't. But anyways, I forgot why I brought that up. Oh right. Sorry, I get sidetracked a lot. I am a very honest person with everybody. Obviously, there's some information I just don't tell, but I don't lie about it. Like, if someone asks me a question that's too personal, I'd be like, I'm not going to answer that. I don't lie and go, oh yeah, I never do that. Like, I just say, hey, I don't want to say this. I don't go, oh yeah, I do that every time. Or, no, I don't. I just don't answer. You know what I mean? Like, there's some information I just don't reveal. But if I'm going to say something, it better be true. So, yeah. Like, why lie? Then you got to keep track of every single line. People will be like, you said this, but then you just said this. This contradicts this. That's the issue with lying. If you lie, no one will trust you, and things won't add up, and you have to keep track of every single lie you've ever told. So, yeah. Some people have a condition where they're stuck with that, where they just cannot control themselves and are forced to lie, even though they wish they could tell the truth. And I've heard of this. I think this is a real condition, and I feel bad for anybody who has that. Like, people who are compulsive liars. So they always lie and they just can't help it. I feel really bad for them. I also feel bad for all the people in Africa. Like, I don't get what the thing is. I've heard a lot of bad stuff about Mr. Beast. He did a good thing. As far as I know, he did something that countries have taken years to do and said, we are going to go to Africa and give them water and food and fix everything. And then they're like, 10 years later, they're just like, oh yeah, I did say that. I'll get to it soon. I'll do it eventually. And then Mr. Beast just like, I'm going to do it. 2 days later, I did it. Like, that's unbelievable. But yeah, people in Africa are thirsty because if they drink water from the sources they have, they will get like diseases or die or throw up or I don't know. Experience with Taco Bell is like if it wasn't edible. Okay, sorry, that was one of my kind of jokes. So anyways, I feel really bad for people living in places like that, and I feel like there's a lot that can be done. Oh, hey, Colby, what's up? Shredder, my guy. How's it been going, man? Welcome to the live stream. Shredder is my best friend. So yeah, he's had my back many times, and anybody else who watches this, please make sure to check out his channel. In many of my videos, I've been doing the @ thing to like shout out a channel or something, or mention. And I've been mentioning his channel a lot and his backup plan too. He has a second channel as well. Hold on. Haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Especially because I have FOF, the job training crap. So, yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about again? Alright, so I'm just going to get to the point. I'm going to stop saying the same thing over and over again and just knock my ADHD, like, out of the park or whatever. So, the reason I made this video is that I want to discuss something important. So, the video, what Unicron's transformation would look like, it got, like the other day, it hit 25,000 views. This is the most views I've gotten out of any video. There was a time where the most popular video I had only had, and this was like a couple of months ago, probably, where the most popular video I had was a YouTube short or something that's 2 seconds long that I didn't put a lot of effort into, or wasn't even mine. The Mr. Krabs video, where it has the Windows thing. That one. That's not even mine. That's just a meme that I decided to post because I felt like it. Because that's what everyone else does. I'm like, why not? Screw it. Just post a template so someone can record it. It's been going good, Shredder. So the thing is, I do try to use whenever a video gets that much attention and helpful feedback, like what I can fix, what people enjoyed, that kind of stuff, it actually really helps a lot. If this stupid gnat doesn't stop flying in front of my face, I'm gonna kill it. By the way, when you get like a toy Minecraft sword and smack it with the flat side, it makes a sound when you hit a fly. Very satisfying. I like to just, there's a big horse fly or something, and just knock him out. That's actually really fun to do, though. So it's so annoying, man. All I do is fly around and stuff. They're so annoying, man. And then they get in my video. That gnat is really suicidal. I don't know what's with bugs and trying to kill themselves. You really want to see our Lord and Savior that bad? Did I kill him? Nope. I can barely even see him. Whatever. So anyways, yes, I am trying to use that video's popularity and trying to get people to watch my other stuff, but, hold on. Thanks for the shout out. I've been back streaming for the last few weeks. Good to hear that, Shredder. So anyways, I have been trying to use that video's popularity to get more viewers to watch my videos, but the reason I do that is because I'm not one of those YouTubers that begs for likes and subscribers. What I want to do is I want people to see what I'm capable of, that I want to show people my creativity that's been trapped in here. And I want to, really, I kind of like, I've always seen other people's videos they work hard on, and people are giving their opinions, talking about the characters in the videos, stuff they thought was funny, or quoting stuff, like putting a timestamp, be like, "You're gonna give me this," for example. Like, if someone says something and they quote it or whatever, and they're like, haha, that's so funny. Or, like, I like how this does this, and this character had to do this. Or, this character would probably be like this. Like, comments like that, I've I've always wished a lot of people would, you know, tell me what they think about my videos. Because all I've ever really wanted is feedback. So when people are like, hey, this is kind of annoying, it's just the same thing over and over again, or this looks kind of stupid, maybe you could do this, then I use that and I make my videos better with it. That's all I really want. I just want people to see what I can come up with and what I've made, and give their honest opinions on it, and help me to become better. I'm not one of those stupid idiot YouTubers that go, if you do not like and subscribe in the next 2 minutes, you'll get bad luck forever. Like, bro, like, don't do that. You know what I do? Just because I'm superstitious on that, I like and subscribe, then whenever it passes, then I unlike, and then I unsubscribe. Just, like, I'm like, okay, there, I don't have bad luck. Now I can undo it. I'm like, screw you. Dislike. And then they remove the dislike. So you can hit the button, but it won't do anything. So. Sorry, anyways. But yeah. That's why I'm not going super harsh. Like, I even had a poll where I noticed some of my polls are actually getting votes. On my last channel, no one ever really voted. Ever. Like, I was almost to 400 subscribers before my channel got deleted, and barely anybody, like, if a poll got any votes, the maximum amount of votes it would get are like 1 to 5, that's it. These polls are getting 2 digits, which isn't like 3 digits, but who cares? That's a lot of people, considering what I used to have was 0, and yeah, people don't like Jake. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if he was a real person, I would not put up with this crap. Like, imagine this wall right here, and there's a car in it. I'm like, you broke my room! Where am I gonna sleep for the next 2 weeks while I fix the side of my house? Jake, I don't want to see your face again. Like, I can understand that. Like, what an idiot. But also, he's a douche, so... I mean, he's got a sad backstory, but I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm just going to tell you it's sad, but it doesn't excuse him to do stupid stuff. But whatever. So, yeah, I even put a poll for, like, somebody had pointed out, they're like, someone commented, motorcycle on my street, I guess. Someone pointed out that the goal I had set for the prequel for Transformers Unicron... or Unicron transforming, the prequel to that video. Someone pointed out that 7.5k views, 7,500 views per episode of episode 2, episode 3, episode 4 is a little bit too much. And then I made a poll where, here's the thing, okay? 25,000 people watched Unicron's transformation, what it would look like. So I was thinking a majority of that should be watching my other content. But I'm realizing maybe that's a little bit too much, because at the time I think it was only 20,000 views. Maybe like 18,000 views. I do not remember, but I know that's my most viewed video I've ever gotten, even on my other channel. I haven't gotten that many views, but it's a lot of borrowed footage. The only part that I actually had any real input when was the Earth parts moving around and transformation and stuff and all the sounds. So, yeah. But, yeah, I would love to have my... Yeah, they do. They really do hate Jake. And I made a video talking about that. And it's basically... Jake's like, not even a single person voted for me. And everyone else is like, I wonder why. Like, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Shredder voices Ramon. In episode 1, I voiced Ramon, but every other episode, yeah, Shredder voices Ramon. So yeah. Colby Patton, aka Shredder the Devilish Leader, voices Ramon Jones. By the way, Emma Hill is the only character that has a middle name so far. Which is kind of funny and weird at the same time. And shocking. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not sure what voice to give Katrina, but I did the best I could. I tried to make it... Her voice originally, like, in the... I'd say the beta or whatever the heck. The earliest days, like, in my middle school videos, Katrina was, like... My characters have switched places to be a lot more... to improve their character. But one of those things is Emma used to be just a complete a-hole, and Sarah, one thing that stuck is she's just really bad at cooking. She always burns the food and stuff. That stuck around. But one thing that's also different is Katrina used to be like this whiny, like kind of like an angsty teen or whatever it is. Like, I don't want to do that. She had like a raspy voice and stuff like that. I try to get a little bit of that, but not really. So, yeah, I'm not really 100% sure on the voice, but Hallie seemed to like the voice. And Shredder, what do you think of the voice for Katrina? Because I feel like it could sound a little more feminine, but the point is she's trans. So she's supposed to sound a little bit in between. She's not supposed to sound as feminine as Emma, so that's that. What else to talk about? So yeah, I put a poll suggesting some ranges. Who's the first character you gave a middle name because she's the main character? That is a very valid point, by the way. She also got her first graduation video. Like, I have it put in my calendars and stuff on my iPad when they were born so I can tell how old they should be in real life. So I can keep track of how old they're supposed to be. Like, what time of year would they be? Like, is this character this age when this character is this age? Or would they be this age when this character is this age? That kind of stuff is the kind of stuff like English. Stuff like that. That kind of stuff. So, yeah. Thing is, I make these videos for fun. I doubt I'm not going to be making videos off of these anytime. Or making money off of these videos anytime soon. Besides, I don't make these YouTube videos for... Yes, I would prefer to get attention, but that's not why I made my channel. I made my channel and the videos on it because I want to share my ideas with the world. And also my music. And see if people like what I got. And to make myself better. And I've always dreamed of being able to show a lot of people my stuff, you know? Making stuff that people actually think is funny, you know? Because lots of times my basic humor that I use around my friends is kind of stupid. Just gonna say that. But anyways, yeah, so this, I was kind of having my hopes up for this live stream. I was hoping there'd be like 20 people on here, but no. Probably just bad timing, but hey, my family isn't here. I'm home alone right now. If you don't count the cat and the chihuahuas. And then the occasional stupid flies that follow me everywhere and are super annoying. But yeah, I made this video to just discuss this and kind of just talk partially. Because I don't have to re-record 80 million times. And now I'm finally getting thirsty. I was wondering when I was going to get thirsty. But, yeah, this video, is most likely... That looks like a new room. Oh, no, it's not. This is the same old room. Yes, that is my room. Hold on. Something with words on it. Okay. Does this look backwards to you, or does it fix on your end? Actually, I can use my phone to pull up my live stream on there. I'm an idiot. I'm smart, but I make idiotic mistakes. But, yeah. One thing to note, though, the character that got, out of those 4 characters, I used the calculator to do percentages, and apparently only one person voted for Clara. But that makes sense, I guess. Clara doesn't even show up that often, but Jake shows up even less often. And, well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, Clara is, like, supposed to be positively received, right? That's why she got 1 vote and Jake got 0. But yeah, like, she's the best friend of Emma, so of course she'd get at least a vote. But Jake, nope, he gets 0. And most people, most people, like, in second place was Shrek. Wait, was it Shrek? Was it Shrek? Dang it, my memory's playing tricks on me. Let me just check it. Community. Let's see. Oh, dang, I already got 5. Yeah, this is really... So this is probably... I'm really liking where this channel is headed. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this to happen this quickly with a video like that. Whenever I made that video that got 25,000 views, I never thought I would get any more than, like, I don't know, 10 views. But no, my channel's growing because of it. So that's probably the best decision I've ever made. And now polls actually get more than 0 votes in, like, about an hour or 2. Okay, so let's see. Wow, Jake King still has 0 votes. I'm not complaining. He's kind of a douche. But yeah, so KPR got the most votes, and the second place for the votes is Caleb Rileytail. I can understand him getting second place because they are living vehicles, which is something that is kind of... that's one of the few things that have actually made up. So basically, at some point, I am going to make a video just explaining how that works. Before I make more videos in the new universe, I'm going to add more lore to the original series. Let's see. It's more exotic. Nice. Yeah, so, long story short, they're alive like people, they talk like people, they think like people. They look just like normal cars, but they have, like, really interesting biology, to say the least. But they're made of living metal, so it's like kind of like how bugs are made of chitin or whatever. So it's not flesh, but it's still living cells, so, you know. But yeah, Caleb got second place, and KPR got first place, and he's more of an a-hole than Jake, but he gets way less screen time. So, yeah. And we're going to remake the... Oh, yeah. At some point, me and Shredder had the idea. He had the idea. And I like the idea. We are going to reanimate and maybe even revoice the original 4 episodes. So it's going to be exactly the same, but we are going to reanimate it, like, make it fresh, you know? Fresh and new with the new everything. So, yeah. my channel, the thing is, I never expected to get this attention. Like, I always hoped I'd get it, right? And I always imagined me getting it, but I didn't actually, like, I never knew if that would ever happen. Especially, like, I was thinking maybe when I'm 25, but looks like my channel's getting better. It's doing good, even though it's, compared to my original channel, like, my original channel was, like, 4 years old. Or actually 6 years old, because I think I hopped on at 2018. Make it with the up-to-date. Yeah. So, I want to say a few things. If anyone here has watched the original episodes, or if you haven't, I'm going to say it anyways. There are a lot of things that I learned from, and eventually some of them I realized on my own. Like, Ramon had a big head in episode 4. In episode 4, his head was like so massive, bro. Like, the side angle where they're like this looked way better than like this, because his head was like like, it looked like Stewie. It looked like Stewie Griffin from Family Guy. But yeah, his head was way too big. The way I drew his abs and stuff looked kind of weird. Abs are not shaped like this. They're kind of shaped like this. So, yeah. By the way, Katrina's got abs, too. So, But she's not as buff as Ramon. Like, Ramon's got all that. I've got twig arms, of course. Now, here's the interesting part. Sarah also had a huge redesign. In, like, my, not freshman year, my sophomore year. A little bit after, episode 4 dropped, she had to have a huge redesign. So, the one thing that takes me a while is if I draw a character, like, one direction, I have to kind of figure out how that would look at a different angle. Mode has 8 abs, lol. Okay. Well, I was kind of going off some images I looked up for reference, like drawing reference, so yeah. I looked up how to draw abs and stuff. Because, again, I'm still learning how to do stuff. One thing that I definitely had to change was the way Sarah looked. She looked kind of weird. Like, sometimes they'll have a look that at the time that was... Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't notice a lot of things or didn't understand what I was doing wrong, but now I definitely do. Sarah's old head's design looks so stupid. It's like she barely had any hair, like it's all the way up here, and her head was like crushed or something. It looks so stupid. And yeah, so another thing is Emma's face from the front was kind of like not perfect, like it wasn't symmetrical. So I fixed it and, gave it a little bit of point so it looks feminine. And then I changed it for this angle too. So I have this angle for the characters, this angle like kind of like to the side, but you can see the front. And I don't have just one like this, but I might in the future, but as of now I don't need to do that yet. And then sometimes I have an angle where it's like this, or that's about it. That's pretty much it. But, yeah. So the characters I've come a long way, and they definitely have color now. Because originally, the backgrounds and stuff had color, everything had color except for the characters. So, yeah, still kind of in that stick figure-ish kind of area, because they didn't have color. It was like a drawing still. Now, the clothes had color. The clothes always had color. As soon as I gave them clothes, they had color. But their skin was just blank. So, yeah. And one thing that shocked me is, if you've ever noticed, there's not really any black characters. It's not, like, I don't have an issue with, like, I want to add more, like, it's just, I don't know how to draw it yet. I know that sounds stupid, but usually African-American people, they have a certain look to them that's different. So, yeah. And I'm not sure how to draw it yet. But I'm getting there. Also, another thing that's difficult for me is because I've had to learn how to get the skin color to look right. And I still have to figure out how to make a person look like a black person and not like mud. if that makes any sense. Like, I got to get the colors just right so it looks like skin. So it's kind of difficult, and also I'm still figuring out how to do hairstyles. I can't do all the kinds of hairstyles, but I'm still learning. Another thing to note is, I remember Sarah, so Emma puts her hair up so it's out of the way. And also because it looks good. But Sarah, wait, hold on, let me make sure I said the right. Okay, Emma puts her hair up in a ponytail, so, you know, for like movement and stuff, right? And also because she wants to, and so it's not flailing all over the place. So here's the thing though. Sarah, and this is canon. I made this canon because originally it was just I didn't know how putting up your hair worked until I was trans and I did it. But yeah. So Sarah does that for show because she still has a lot of hair back here, but then the hair is in a ponytail too. So she has hair up in a ponytail and she has some extra hair still going down. So she does that for show. And she is definitely a show off. Sarah is kind of pervy, kind of just flirty. That's kind of what I made her character to be like. I didn't make her character like that until after episode 4, I think. I don't remember for sure. Actually, I think she's always been like that. I just never... I don't know, dude. I don't know. Okay, but that's not what her character was originally like, but I did that to make her more interesting. So, the thing is, if Sarah was a real person, I would not want to be around her. Sarah Williams, I would not want to be around her. She would be flirting with me 24/7 and be like, Sarah, can you cut that out? She's the kind of person that whenever you finally get to have a normal conversation with, it feels a lot better. Like, it actually is interesting. Because usually Sarah only cares about... She has the mind of a guy. Like, a really horny guy. And that's what makes her unique. I like to make my characters unique, to say the least. I mean, look at Caleb. He's literally a living vehicle that has blood and compacted guts and a heartbeat, but also seats that are completely clean and dry. So yeah, my characters get pretty unique. I do a lot of crossover things. I love doing crossover things, but yeah. So, what was I talking about again? Whatever, I'll figure it out. Okay, so another thing I want to point out is Sarah's character. Oh right, I was listing what things wrong with characters that make them unique, though, or whatever. So Sarah's pretty much just has a high sex drive, does that kind of stuff. Jake, his only notable traits is he crashes every time he drives, and he sucks at everything. But yeah, all he has is he has a sad backstory that I've not even... It's canon, but it's not been revealed in a single video. Except this one, if you count this, but I wouldn't count that ever. Yeah. So, pretty much issues with his dad and stuff. But yeah. So he just has vehicles that he crashes, and he's an idiot. Something else that's canon that has not been released yet to anybody is the fact that Jake is... Hold on. Not yet. Hallie is not voicing any characters yet, but I do plan, like, after she's done with college, she will be voicing characters. I'm hoping she can voice Katrina, possibly. But as of now, I don't know. By the way, if any of you are female and would like a voice acting position, I have some available. I really do need some more female voice actors, especially because I do Emma. That's kind of already taken. That's just my feminine voice, but my feminine voices are very limited. I do Sarah, I do the voice for Emma. That's about it. But yeah, well, I guess that's pretty much it. I've been talking about everything, pretty much everything, for about 120 minutes. Don't know why it rounds it to hours, but I don't care. But anyways, yeah, so pretty much the whole point of this video, I'm just going to sum it up. I make these videos because I want to, and I want to inspire people. And I just like doing it. I like making videos and showing it to people, and I want people to give me honest feedback so I can get better. And so I can feel like people really do care about what I make enough to comment about it, to say what they think. You know, that's kind of what I want. And compared to my previous channel, this one's grown a lot faster. So I have some really high hopes for this. One mistake I'm not going to do again is, even if it's censored, there will be no nudity. That's what got it. That's the final straw that YouTube said, you've done so much stuff, this is the last straw. It was fake, censored, all that, you know, pretend. I mean, here's the dumb thing though. So, pretty sure, what was it called? Total Drama. The show Total Drama got away with that, but then you do it on YouTube once and they're like, you've already done this other stuff so many times, so bye, you're out of here. Yeah, like YouTube was done putting up with my crap. I've already done some other things. So yeah, moral of the story, do not test YouTube because you should just look it up. Just do your research. Because I found out the hard way, and I'm not going to do that again. Just to put that out there. By the way, that is why I always... That flag gets... Anyways, that's why I always put the disclaimers and stuff, or PG this, PG that, mature, all that, so that, you know, it's safe. You know, if someone doesn't want to watch a video with cuss words, I'll be like, hey, don't watch this one because this one has cuss words. The only exceptions being if it's not going to be in the title because it's going to be in the video itself. Like Putting Up with Shrek. That one is for mature audiences, but I put a disclaimer that takes up quite a bit of time, like a few, so like 20 seconds, I think, for the disclaimer. So yeah, there was really no need to put it in the title. Why did I accidentally say it like that? Put it in the title. Anyways, there's no need for me to put it in the title because it was going to tell you anyways. But yeah, not going to push YouTube's limits, but this is a learning experience, and there is a lot of videos I have to re-upload, but there are also a lot of videos that will not come back because I just can't get them. And unfortunately, some of those videos, I swear I could have had them, but I don't. Like, a lot of the videos in the freshman year video compilation, a lot of those videos I can't even find. I don't know what happened to them. Because as far as I can tell, they just got deleted and lost or something. I do not remember. Because I know I made them on my iPad. They should be somewhere, like in Drive, in Google Photos, something, but they're gone. I think my favorite one, though, is the ogre time thing with the... He's like, if you're the teacher, then where's your classwork? I'm Iron Man. I don't have to give you any classwork, like that one. He's like, that doesn't make any sense. Ogre time, like that video. That's probably my favorite one out of those. But yeah, Mr. Gunnels really liked that too. But I cannot find it. I have no clue since I don't have the original video anywhere stored. That means I have no idea when the video was actually made. The reason I say I'm so honest is because it's true. I want people to know that whenever I re-upload videos, or if I wait too long to upload a video, I want people to know how old the video is. I want people to know when exactly in my life, and when exactly in time I made that video. Like, what was going on at that time, what other videos were made around that time, so they can get a glimpse. So, if a video is made in, like, 2021, like, let's say early 2021, my freshman year, and I just post it, people are going to assume, oh, this is a new video. Why is this so stupid and cringe? I swear in one of Joseph's other videos, his voice does not sound like that. That's why in the descriptions, I always put when it was made. So whenever I load stuff from Drive, Google Photos, whatever, sometimes even I have to search through my emails because I send it that way sometimes. But yeah, it usually tells me, I can save it to my photos and it tells me exactly when it was made. So it has the original date and time and stuff and all that. But since I can't find the videos like Ogre Time, I do not know when it was made. So I can only give a range or when I know it was made, but I can't give any exact dates. All I know is it's in my freshman year, Mr. Gunn was like, that's all I remember. So yeah. So, anyways, anyone who watched this video, if you enjoyed, I know this probably isn't going to get that many views because of how long it is, but I just want to say, whoever does watch, thank you so much for watching and listening to me, and I'm just going to end the live stream here. If there's any ideas for videos or anything, if there's anything you want to tell me about, hey, even if you just want to talk business, like you just want to talk about something, like you want to have a one-on-one discussion with me, like about like my channel. I mean, I have a Discord. I don't know if putting a link for it is gonna work, but I guess I'll find out. I made it to where it's on the channel thing, so you can go to my YouTube channel and it'll be, you know, in the information and stuff. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section or whatever, and I will get to you as soon as I possibly can. My mouth is getting really dry. I could have gone into another room to get a drink at any time, but I chose not to. And I'm out of stuff to talk about for now. Otherwise, just me ranting more. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this one, then I wouldn't watch this, me personally, because I would go bored. But I know other people would. So if you did end up liking this video, if you did enjoy this video, then, you know, I'm glad to hear that, because usually people ranting is boring. So, anyways, make sure to check out my other content, and if you want to be notified, then hit subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll be notified about any new uploads. But also, subscribing makes it easier for you to find my channel, so you don't have to look it up every single time. And, of course, it's optional, so if you don't want to subscribe, that's totally fine. And hey, make sure to share this with your friends if you think they'd like it. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Yeah. I'm just gonna end the live stream because I really don't got anything else to do. So, thanks for watching!